Good afternoon, everyone. Save the Bay's 51st annual meeting is officially called to order. Once again, we're bringing you the annual meeting virtually from the Bay Center in Providence. We're disappointed we can't share the annual meeting and the Taste of the Bay event with you in person for a second year. But we're hopeful, as we expect you all are, that things are beginning to return to normal, and next June we'll all be back together again to celebrate. For 51 years, our mission has been to protect and improve Narragansett Bay. And despite a global pandemic, last year was no exception. With determination, focus, and your support, we advocated for, taught about, and restored our bay and watershed in wonderful ways. You'll hear more details about our work from our executive director. We thank you for all your support, and we wouldn't be here without you. I'd like to offer a special thank you to our lead sponsor, FL Putnam Investment Management, and thank our supporting sponsors, National Grid, UNFI Wholesale Food Distributors, Waterson Terminals, Bank of America, Sage Family Foundation, Navigant Credit Union, REI, Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Rhode Island, CVS Health, Amica Insurance. Please see our website for a full list of the generous businesses that support our work. We appreciate your support of Save the Bay and this event. Here with me today is Save the Bay's treasurer, Bud Cummings, who will deliver the treasurer's report. Robin Voss, chair of the Nominating Committee, to present the slate of board members. Gib Conover, president-elect, and Jonathan Stone, Save the Bay's executive director, to deliver his remarks. We are excited to be presenting our annual awards this year. I am announcing the award recipients this afternoon and will be presenting the awards to the honorees in the coming weeks. Please check our website and social media for the award presentation videos. The awards are Volunteers of the Year, Gaurav and Amal Rathore; Students of the Year, Meadowbrook Farm Elementary School students, 2018-2019. Teacher of the Year goes to all Rhode Island teachers. The Environmental Achievement Award goes to Bill Napolitano, and the Allison Walsh Award for Outstanding Environmental Advocacy goes to Maria Mack. I now hand it over to Bud for the treasurer's report.
There are a number of keys to running a successful not-for-profit enterprise, including a cause that resonates, supporters willing to contribute their time and money to its support, and a capable management team able to guide the entity through good times and bad. Clearly, Save the Bay checks each of these boxes, as evidenced by the 50 years it has been in existence, the ongoing level of financial support it receives each year from a variety of sources, and its current financial condition, despite the impact COVID-19 has had on day-to-day operations. Our fiscal year that began on July 1st, 2019, started with great hope and promise, only to see the final few months impacted by the COVID pandemic. Despite this, I am pleased to report that we ended the year in a solid financial position, thanks to the nimble response from management, with guidance and oversight from a very engaged board. Though total support and revenue at $3,595,000 was down 7% from 2019, two of our revenue categories, contributions, gifts and grants, and government contracts, remained flat year over year. This was a positive result given the turmoil brought about by COVID. Thanks to the efforts of our development and grant writing teams, and most importantly you, our supporters, this provided us with the resources to continue our efforts to improve Narragansett Bay for the use of all. The true impact of COVID was found in program revenue, where our in-person, school-based activities ground to a halt, and in other income, where the annual swim across the bay was limited to a virtual event. This resulted in a $270,000 drop in total revenue for the year, not an insignificant amount. As noted above and in the annual report, the board has great confidence in the ability of our management team to react quickly and appropriately to any situation, and they did not let us down over the final months of the year. Every spending decision was reviewed, and changes were made throughout the organization to counter the impact of these reduced revenues without sacrificing the quality of our work. A special shout out here to our education team that was able to quickly pivot and produce some fabulous online content to meet the needs of schools in Rhode Island, Massachusetts, and Connecticut that could no longer bring their students to our facilities. Check them out on YouTube if you haven't seen their work. Direct evidence of the nimble response by the management team can be found in our total expenses at $3,678,000. They were down by $382,000, or 9.4% year over year, and were just $13,000 more than in fiscal 2018, despite rising costs over that 2-year period. Our balance sheet remains strong, with your support enabling us to substantially pay down our long-term debt while maintaining healthy liquidity necessary to meet any unexpected challenges that may arise. The anniversary campaign will be coming to a close later this calendar year, and we are inside of our goal with 88% of the target met. In fiscal 2020, we raised an additional $758,000, which, coupled with another year of 6-figure investment gains, leaves us in good position to meet one campaign goal of achieving the financial sustainability needed to get us through tough times such as we continue to experience. It should be noted that in some cases, donations to the campaign are donor designated for immediate spending in support of our mission, meaning that our investment portfolio balances do not necessarily increase in concert with the amount raised. An example of this is a gift to fund the construction of the new pier at our Bay Center here in Providence that provides a great spot for fishing, kayak launching, or just enjoying the sights and sounds of the bay. As is the case every year, these results would not be possible without the generosity of our many donors, grantors, and community partners who continue to demonstrate the support for our mission with their money and their time. On behalf of the board and the entire staff of Save the Bay, thank you for everything you do. I'd now like to introduce Robin Boss, Chair of the Nominating and Governance Committee, for her report.
Good afternoon. I'm Robin Boss, Chair of Save the Bay's Nominating and Governance Committee. I'm pleased to present the following slate of board members for a 3-year term beginning July 1st, 2021. Justin DeShaw, Gail Ginnity, Neil Marcaccio, Ann Miller, Tatiana Reinerson, and Bob Vieira. Members, if you could please be sure to cast your vote using the form below this video for these board members. At this time, I'd also like to acknowledge a retiring board member, Jen Harris. Jen has been on the board of Save the Bay for the past 6 years, and during that time, she's been a valued member of the board and generous in lending her expertise to enrich our marketing, communications, and development efforts. We wish Jen well in her future endeavors. I'd also like to thank all board, committee, President's Leadership Council members, and trustees for their ongoing service, commitment, and support. If I can ask Jonathan Stone to join me at the podium, we would like to recognize Cheryl Nathanson, our retiring board president. Cheryl Nathanson has been a passionate and tireless advocate for Narragansett Bay and for Save the Bay for over 10 years. And we are so grateful for her thoughtful leadership in committee work, in the boardroom, and behind the scenes working with staff and board and committee members to ensure that the important work of our mission is being accomplished. We are grateful for her presence in the community, ensuring that Rhode Islanders know what a sparkling gem our bay represents and why supporting Save the Bay with time and energy and resources is so important and impactful. Thank you, Cheryl, for serving Save the Bay as our board president from 2018 to 21, as nominating committee chair, and as co-chair with your husband Andrew of the highly ambitious, successful 50th anniversary campaign. As chair of nominating governance, Cheryl played a key role in ensuring that Save the Bay has strong governance and successful processes for ensuring that we have strong committees and a highly effective board. Cheryl stewarded this board through the past 16 months as we grappled with the impact of the pandemic on Save the Bay and every other part of our lives. With her deep compassion for people and also for Save the Bay's mission, she balanced the needs of both during this challenging period. She's encouraged so many volunteers, me included, to become more involved with Save the Bay by sharing her love of the Bay and her commitment to saving the Bay. It's really hard to say no to Cheryl. She approaches each meeting and interaction with preparation, thoughtfulness, and connection. We are forever grateful, Cheryl, that you chose to join and serve Save the Bay, applying your many talents and intelligence to this cause. This organization and its community and Narragansett Bay benefits today from your efforts on behalf of the Bay and will continue to benefit from your legacy here. I hope that each and every day when you swim, windsurf, paddle, or simply gaze upon Narragansett Bay, that you feel proud of the work that you did for Narragansett Bay and for Save the Bay, and know that you have an important place in its living history. From the bottom of our hearts and from the swimmable and fishable depths of the Bay, thank you, thank you, thank you, Cheryl, our outgoing board president of Save the Bay.
And I would just like to add a couple of personal remarks. Thank Cheryl in a slightly different fashion. One of the roles of the board chair is to serve as wise counsel to the executive director and to the leadership team and staff. And Cheryl and I had a tradition of getting together every month for lunch. And we would each bring our respective lists. And my list had 3 or 4 items on it, and her list had about 12 items on it. And I just want to express to you, Cheryl, how much I appreciate your wise counsel. I learned so much from you as we worked together to make board meetings productive and ensure that our board members were contributing in the best possible fashion. And I think the organization, the staff, the board, the volunteers reflect the careful thought you brought to our interactions and to your leadership of the board. And I just cannot thank you enough for all you've done for us. So, thank you. And we have a little something we'd like to present to you on behalf of the board of Save the Bay.
Wow.
This is a Tom Deininger original painting.
Wow. Thank you very much. Thank you, Save the Bay. Thank you, Robin. Thank you, Jonathan. Thank you to the membership. Thank you, Maureen. Thank you to the board. Thank you to the executive committee. It's been an honor. And while people have said thank you to me, I always say volunteering for Save the Bay is a two-way street. I've received so much in terms of learning and appreciation, and I'll always remember my service here.
It's my pleasure to share with you a few observations about what we've accomplished over the last year. And you've heard from my colleagues on the board what a challenging year it's been for all of us. I want to start by saying that one of the things we on the staff and the board learned from so many supporters, donors, members of Save the Bay over the past year is how much they appreciate Narragansett Bay. And that appreciation was only heightened by the pandemic. So many times we received emails and calls from members saying how much they enjoyed spending time walking the shores of the Bay at a time when life was sort of turned on end. And I think all of us here at Save the Bay can express to you our appreciation for all that you do to help us continue the great work of the organization. The Bay is really a treasure, and this year more than any, we all, I think, feel a heightened sense of appreciation for the solace, the beauty, and the wonder of Narragansett Bay and what it means to all of us and all of you. This was no more evident than in watching our staff pivot and adjust to the circumstances that we were confronting a little more than a year ago in March and April of last year. And I'd like to just share with you a few examples of the things we've accomplished over the last year and share with you my appreciation for our team and how quickly we responded to difficult circumstances and yet accomplished an incredible amount when you think about all the obstacles we faced over the last year. I guess first and foremost, within a week of being forced to close the doors here at the Bay Center, our team was up and running. We were working virtually, we were equipped with Zoom, our files were all accessible remotely, and we didn't skip a beat. That was really, really crucial, that we could make sure we could continue the progress, the projects, the work that we had been doing over the course of the year. Our education team, within literally 10 days of the pandemic arriving, began work on a series, I think Bud mentioned it in his remarks, a series called Breakfast by the Bay, which were live stream programs that we developed over the course of the last academic year. We produced 68 different live stream programs that were available in real time and archived on our YouTube channel, which is Save Bay RI. And those Breakfast by the Bay programs are available to this day, archived on that site. The content covered all manner of life in the Bay and was incredibly popular. We hit a record last year in the combined reach of all of our communications for our ed programs to the tune of about 146,000 individuals who were viewing, sharing, absorbing the educational content of this organization. And I just am so proud of the ed team for the way that they pivoted and refined their skills to produce this program. We actually produced with National Public Broadcast System, National PBS, 2 programs that were aired nationally as part of their National Camp TV series. And we worked with 38 different schools to develop virtual school programming during the academic year. First and foremost, our objective was to be sure that we could provide the services and experiential learning opportunities to our teachers and students over the course of the year. And we responded and rose to the challenge. On the advocacy front, the organization also didn't miss a beat. We championed a $74 million bond referendum, had to be shepherded through the General Assembly and then put before the voters. The voters had an opportunity on March 2nd of this year to vote on this bond referendum, and 78.3% of Rhode Island voters voted in favor, one of the highest vote tallies in favor of an environmental bond in history. That money is crucial to supporting clean water investments, open space conservation, our state park systems, and community resilience projects. That was one of our signature successes this year. We also made great progress in expanding public access to the Bay. We worked on projects in Narragansett and Providence and other communities to ensure the public has the ability to reach the shore and to walk along the shore. Incredibly important as part of our mission. We worked hard in advocating for stricter protections for wetlands, which are, of course, crucial for water quality and habitat around the Bay watershed. And we continued our relentless push for reform at the Coastal Resources Management Council, which has the responsibility for regulating activities within 200 feet of the shoreline. The CRMC, as it's known, is a crucial state agency along with the Department of Environmental Management, and it's one of our roles in life is to ensure that agency can function and fulfill its mission, and we're laser focused on ensuring that continues. We also worked on many projects around Narragansett Bay along the shoreline on climate resilience projects and salt marsh adaptation projects to deal with the ongoing effects of climate change. By and large, the advocacy work, reviewing permits, and the like continued throughout the course of the year, albeit virtually. And I just give our policy team just great credit for keeping their eye on the ball and making sure that we pursued our objectives in our mission. Last but not least, we made a number of big investments this year, in part because we had the opportunity to take advantage of the downtime at Save the Bay, at the Bay Center here due to the closure. We made improvements on the property here at the Bay Center that enhanced public access to Fields Point, which is a cornerstone of our mission here at Save the Bay, improve public access. We also were blessed with a very generous gift to build and construct a new vessel. And that new vessel is now complete. It is going to be delivered to us the next month or two. Her name is the Rosemary Quinn, and unlike our other two major education vessels, this boat will allow us to both serve the education program and serve two other components of our mission. One, enhance our ability to clean up beaches on the islands in Narragansett Bay. This boat is a landing craft. We can drop the bow down on the shore. We don't need to land with a dock, and we can collect trash and debris from our islands. And it's perfectly suited for our habitat restoration work on salt marshes around Narragansett Bay. So we look forward to the imminent arrival of the Rosemary Quinn. We also pivoted with our events. We, last year, converted the swim. We were forced to convert the swim into a virtual event. We had a variety of different event categories, and we had almost 200 people hike, swim, run, paddleboard, kayak for the benefit of our work. And all of these folks made an incredible dedicated effort to support our work and take on a personal challenge. And we're grateful to our participants in the swim and the virtual event that came with it last year. And last but not least, we converted our Taste of the Bay event into a fundraiser. We didn't have the actual event itself here at the Bay Center. We couldn't. So in honor of our vendors, food purveyors that make this event successful every year, we decided to turn it into a fundraiser for them. And we're doing that again this year. So Taste of the Bay is an event we're conducting this year, again for the benefit of our vendors and merchants. We look forward to having Taste of the Bay back in person a year from now, and we also look forward this coming July to have our swim back on the traditional course from the Navy Station in Newport to Jamestown. So all in all, I would say it was a challenging year, but one I think we all take great pride in our dedication to respond to the challenges and fulfill our mission. We could not have done our work without your support. Our members are essential to everything we do. Our volunteers are essential to everything we do. And among our volunteers is our dedicated board and our board committees who give us guidance and wisdom and help us stay focused on the things that matter to us all, which is Narragansett Bay. Now let me invite Cheryl Nathanson back up to the podium. Cheryl?
Thank you. Thank you, Jonathan. At this point, I usually invite everyone into the lobby to kick off the Taste of the Bay event. Since that's not possible again this year, I ask you all to consider supporting our vendors who make this event possible and who continue to need our support. If you are able to donate, please go to savebay.org/taste and purchase a virtual ticket, and 100% of the funds will go directly to our vendors. At this time, I'd like to ask President-elect Gib Conover to the podium. And it's my pleasure to introduce Gib Conover, Save the Bay's incoming board president.
Thank you, Cheryl. It's my honor to be the next president of Save the Bay, and I'm looking forward and excited about working with the board, with the staff, and with you, the members, on continuing Save the Bay's mission of protecting and improving Narragansett Bay. At this time, the 51st meeting of Save the Bay is adjourned.